What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to another huge video where we will talk about the David Coote scandal, because according to Francois Plateau, a journalist, he is reporting that staggering reports suggest that the PGMOL knew about the David Coote video just after it was made. So that's 3 or 4 years ago, and PGMOL already apparently knew about this, and the evidence is, and we will take a detailed look at the evidence, is that David Coote, after this video was made, hasn't been given a referee to referee a Premier League game that where Liverpool played for 4 years. So between 2020 and 2024, David Coote has refereed no Liverpool Premier League games, which is very suspicious because he has a long list of Premier League games where he refereed all kinds of clubs: Everton, Man City, Chelsea, Man United, like all the big clubs and every club in every region apart from Liverpool. So do you find that very suspicious? Because I find it very suspicious. And the PGMOL was made aware of a video of David Coote circulating shortly after it was recorded. That's what Francois Plateau is reporting. So Coote was allegedly removed from officiating Liverpool matches in the Premier League, but then later resumed duties in a lesser capacity as a video assistant, a VAR referee and fourth official. He was eventually reinstated as a referee for Liverpool in the Premier League, but only 4 years after the video was made. And he was, the referee for the Liverpool-Brighton game in 2024 March, but before that, the last time he refereed was in 2020 in the Liverpool-Burnley game. So important to note, the journalist says, is that this is yet to be confirmed by relevant authorities, but it has been verified that Coote, for whatever reason, was not appointed as the main referee for Liverpool games in the Premier League between July 2020 and March 2024. So that's a 4-year period where David Coote hasn't refereed a Liverpool game in the Premier League. What do you think about this absolute bombshell news? And this could be the massive cover-up that PGMOL are hiding. And they are apparently investigating the video. Howard Webb, the chief executive, the leader of the PGMOL, reacted to the David Coote controversy in his latest TV appearance. He said that we are taking this video very seriously. We are doing a full investigation, and David Coote has been suspended with immediate effect pending the outcome of that investigation. But what kind of and how long of an investigation do you need when the video shows clear as day that Liverpool, that David Coote has a very conscious bias against Liverpool? He hates Jurgen Klopp, he hates Liverpool FC, he hates Scousers and the city of Liverpool. So what more do you need to conclude this full investigation? And we will take a detailed look at what kind of games David Coote has refereed for Liverpool. But according to Transfermarkt, they have an extensive database of all the games that David Coote refereed. David Coote has been assigned as a fourth official for more Liverpool matches, 22 in total, than any other club in his career. So he came into contact with Jurgen Klopp very frequently, very often on the touchline as the fourth official, because every time Jurgen Klopp had a problem with the refereeing decisions, of course, he was going to the fourth official. So David Coote was on the touchline when Liverpool were thrashed 7-2 by Aston Villa in October 2020. I didn't need that memory to be brought up again, which appears to be the match he's referencing in the video, calling Liverpool shit in the video. So here in this video, we will take a deep look at the full list of Liverpool games where David Coote was a referee, VAR referee, or assistant referee. And by the way, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like and make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. And if you want to help me make better content and more often videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, link is in the video's description, and you can support the channel that way. So here are the Liverpool fixtures that David Coote refereed as a Premier League referee. Liverpool-Burnley in 2020, And then the next game, very suspiciously, Liverpool-Brighton in 2024 and the Liverpool-Aston Villa game just recently, 1 day before, 2 days before that infamous video was leaked about David Coote. And the Transfermarkt has a very extensive database on all the matches that David Coote refereed in the Premier League. So I want to start, of course he started in 2018 refereeing Premier League games, but I want to start from the last Liverpool game that he refereed as a Premier League referee before this video came out. So July 11th, 2020 in lockdown. And then look, the next season, he has all kinds of games that he was refereeing, no Liverpool games in 2021. But as you can see, he has refereed Everton games, he has refereed Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United games, Tottenham games. So it's not like he was taken off duty from refereeing big teams. He just didn't referee Liverpool games. Then in the 21-22 season, again, loads of games that he refereed, as you can see on the screen. No Liverpool game, none whatsoever. For 2 seasons in a row now, he hasn't refereed a Premier League game. Now let's move on to the 22-23 season. Again, no Liverpool game. 3 seasons now in a row where David Coote hasn't refereed a Liverpool game. And now you have to go into the 23-24 season. 4.5 seasons he hasn't refereed a Liverpool game. It's in the second part of the 23-24 game, 24 season where he got a Liverpool game again. And it's not like he hasn't refereed in Liverpool, the city, because he has refereed Everton, Bournemouth, Everton, Aston Villa, and loads of Everton games before that. And so this is absolutely staggering. And of course, we can see this season that he has been refereeing plenty of games, but only 2 Liverpool games since 2020, since the video came out, and only 4 years after the video came out, he refereed a Liverpool game again. And David Coote, of course, was on VAR in a lesser duty, but again, since that controversial game, the Everton-Liverpool 2-2 game, where David Coote has failed to send off Jordan Pickford as a VAR referee, he has failed to notify the referee that Jordan Pickford pretty much almost ended Van Dijk's career. He absolutely shattered his knee ligaments. Jordan Pickford was the culprit. He went through Van Dijk like a steam train, and Van Dijk couldn't play for a year. David Coote was on VAR, but he forgot the rules. That after an offside, if there is a red card offense, you should tell the referee that. So after this game, he hasn't been a VAR referee for Liverpool for 3 years. So he has been taken off Liverpool games for 3 years, all kinds of Liverpool games, and the Premier League games 4 years. What do you make of that? I want to hear your opinion, because this could be an absolutely massive controversial cover-up by the PGMOL, even bigger than the fact that they have been giving refereeing assignments to David Coote. But it's awfully suspicious that David Coote wasn't even on VAR for 3 years after the video came out, and he wasn't a Premier League referee for the Liverpool game in 4 years. What do you make of that? Let me know in the comments below. I would want to hear your opinion. And of course, share this video around to make people aware of this massive cover-up by PGMOL. It's unconfirmed whether PGMOL, like 100%, they knew about the video, but it's awfully suspicious. And I don't believe in these coincidences that David Coote gave so many decisions against Liverpool. I didn't believe that was a coincidence, and now we know that it wasn't a coincidence. He has an agenda against Liverpool, a conscious bias, because he hates Liverpool, he hates the city, he hates Scousers, and he hated Jurgen Klopp. Of course, Jurgen Klopp is not the Liverpool manager anymore, but he hates Liverpool still, and he holds a massive grudge. And why, you might ask, why does David Coote hold a massive grudge against Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp? Probably because he has been on the touchline more times as a fourth official, 22 times in Liverpool games, than any other Premier League game. And Jurgen Klopp, of course, sometimes was screaming in the fourth official's face. And that, referees are human beings. They got very angry at Jurgen Klopp, but they have to be professional. They should be professional, and they shouldn't let these, conscious or unconscious biases affect their decision making. And clearly David Coote's decision making was very, very much affected by his hatred for Jurgen Klopp and his hatred for Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp, at the time when David Coote didn't notify the referee that Pickford should be sent off for his awful lunge across Virgil van Dijk's knee, he said, "Look, I'm a real supporter of VAR, but you would expect that, especially with offside, you then do the right decision. We scored a goal one time at Aston Villa and they said the armpit was offside. Sounds funny, we got it. This time the picture I saw now, once on the laptop, there is no armpit, there is nothing. We are just not offside." He's referring to the Mane offside decision as well, because that wasn't offside, and David Coote disallowed that goal as well, because he already hated Jurgen Klopp and he hated Liverpool. We know that because he said it on a video. I can't believe that this is a real timeline that we are living in. So here are David Coote's games as a referee in all of the Liverpool games. So for 4 years he hasn't refereed Liverpool in the Premier League. In the FA Cup, however, he got a game in the 2022, and in the League Cup some games in 21 and 22. But still, to be not refereeing Liverpool for 4 years in the Premier League, and to be not even a VAR referee for 3 years for Liverpool in the Premier League, shows that something must have happened, because this is an awfully convenient coincidence that straight after the video is made, David Coote is not refereeing or VAR refereeing Liverpool games for 3 years. And you could see, because I showed you the list, there is a long list of games that he refereed for all kinds of teams, except one team, and that is Liverpool. So now let's take a look at exactly what the original fallout was between Jurgen Klopp and David Coote, and why this all started, why David Coote started hating Jurgen Klopp. As the old saying goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So David Coote refereed Liverpool for the first time in July 2020, and he certainly didn't endear himself to Jurgen Klopp that day. That was the infamous Liverpool-Burnley game in a 1-1 draw, where Andy Robertson was taken out by Burnley's Goodmanson, and David Coote didn't give a penalty for that. Liverpool were, of course, already champions for the first time in 30 years, but they were on track to set the Premier League record of winning all of their 19 home games across the season, when Burnley visited the second to last game in the Premier League at Anfield. And Andy Robertson gave Liverpool the lead, and of course Nick Pope had a masterclass, Jay Rodriguez equalized. But when Goodmanson absolutely cleaned out Robertson in the box, David Coote failed to give a penalty, and Jurgen Klopp said, "We were angry with the referee, but we have to criticize ourselves first for not finishing the game, for not taking our chances." And this was the fixture referenced in David Coote's now infamous tirade, in that infamous video. And also it came out that the FA, the Football Association, is investigating David Coote's remarks about Jurgen Klopp, calling him a German C-word, and also calling Liverpool shit, and saying that he pretty much hates Scousers. That's his friend said, but David Coote didn't argue with him. And this, David Coote using a xenophobic, offensive term describing Jurgen Klopp, German C-word, and also referencing his nationality, that is a punishable incident, and the FA is opening an investigation, because the FA can absolutely punish people for even off-field incidents like this, and they can fine David Coote. They already suspended him, and I think, in my opinion, David Coote should never referee in the Premier League again, and maybe even in the Championship. So let him referee in League 1 or League 2, or even a non-league football. Of course, retired referee pundit Mike Dean, of course, he was just sorry for sorry for David Coote. He didn't say that David Coote did anything wrong. Explicitly, he just said that he feels sorry for David Coote, and he must feel absolutely awful. And he wasn't even condemning what David Coote said. He said, "It's damaging for everybody involved. When I saw it yesterday, I couldn't believe it. I think all the way from the top down to the bottom, I'm talking right down to the bottom, it will devastate referees from grassroots all the way to the Football League, people trying to get onto that level. You've just got to be so careful about what you say, and it's so out of character for David to do so. I was astounded when I saw it. As referees, you can't put yourself in that position no matter what you do. You can say things away from camera, you can talk amongst friends, colleagues, but you can't let somebody video this and then hope that it's never going to come out. Mike Dean also said, I don't think David Coote has damaged his career beyond repair. I would like to think that the PGMOL can come to some kind of agreement. Are you out of your mind? He said some of the worst things on a video in the history of football. And you say that I hope some kind of agreement can be made with David Coote and the PGMOL. He's basically saying David Coote should referee again. And it shouldn't be the end of his career. I told you guys, these referees are all like a big boys club. They are all like a referees union. And they defend each other all the time. It doesn't matter if somebody makes the wrong decision on the football pitch. As long as I'm defending my mate, who is the referee, as a VAR referee, for example, that's what they are doing, then it's all fine. And it doesn't matter if teams lose titles because of this, like Liverpool lost titles because of referees defending each other and afraid to make the right decision. Mike Dean also said, would David still want to carry on refereeing? That's the bigger picture you've got to think of. Does he want to put himself through it yet again to come back in? Obviously, it will be hard to come back in and start again from a personal point of view. And of course, this idea that Premier League referees may hold grudges or personal biases against managers and clubs. It could damage the trust managers and players place in referees' neutrality, potentially leading to increased tensions in an already high stakes environment. But David Coote already showed that a lot of Premier League referees are like this, that they can have conscious biases where they hate particular managers, they hate particular clubs, and they can't be professional because you heard the VAR audios in some of these absolutely awful decisions that they made in the past. Do they sound like totally professional and not emotional? No, they don't. So that's my verdict. I think not just David Coote, but a lot of other Premier League referees have personal biases and hatred towards certain managers, certain clubs, even certain players. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.